Laurie Christen. I'm the August INDY warrior, and I have ALL, which is acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
And I'm Wanda Christen, Laurie's mother-in-law, and I have stage 1 pancreatic
cancer. My journey started by just feeling really tired and weak. I actually had started getting on a health kick probably 2 months before that and was doing the treadmill quite a bit and eating right and losing weight, so I didn't think anything of it. And then I started to get to work and climb the 3 flights of steps, and I couldn't hardly breathe. My arms and legs would be weak, and I thought something's definitely not right. So I finally called my doctor to get some lab work and just go from there, and all my labs were off. It was crazy. He called, he said, "You have to be seen today," and then made an appointment. He couldn't see me, so I seen somebody else. And he started talking about my iron levels and being anemic and whatever, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's great, that's fine, I'll deal with it or whatever. And then he kind of went on farther to say that I need to be seen at Coburn Cancer Center that day. And I'm like, whoa. You know, it went from anemic to going to the cancer center. So I just kind of sat there and I didn't really react, and he's like, let's go over this again, because I think he thought I really just didn't absorb it. I did. And so I called my husband and said, you know, my lab work came back all wonky and we need to go to the Coburn Cancer Center. I don't think it was till I got to that parking lot really that I broke down and realized what we were doing here. I mean, they don't just send you there. So anyways, then we went in there and things happened super fast from there. I mean, he told me that day that I was diagnosed with leukemia. I had the better form of leukemia versus the not better or not so good. So that was good. And to be honest, I was kind of looking at it online in the parking lot, and I thought the 2 to 5 years, I'll take that. All I'm looking for is longevity. I'll do whatever they want me to do type of thing. So when he gave me the better news, that was awesome. I mean, so we went from there, and I had a blood transfusion. I had my port placed, and that's really surreal for you to start chemo. And I had a bone marrow biopsy, and then I started my chemo, and I think it was all within 2 weeks. I mean, he said it's an aggressive cancer and we need to treat it aggressively. So I started right away. I've done well. I'm gonna start my 7th cycle next week. I have 8 cycles, and then I'm actually gonna do a more aggressive chemo, which is actually a pediatric regimen. And that will be for 3 months. And that's in hopes of avoiding the bone marrow transplant. If I have to, I will, but we're gonna try to go this route first. The pediatric regimen is a lot harder on people my age, but it's been shown that it's effective and it would replace the transplant. So, and then I would just keep maintenance chemo. I can't remember if it's weekly for 2 years, but I would do oral chemo and IV chemo. So that's kind of my path right now.
What would you say has been the most difficult part during this journey?
Definitely telling my kids. Telling my boys was the hardest thing that I had to do. And then of course we went around and told family personally. But yeah, my kids, that was the hardest thing. They don't know that a lot of people that have success stories like I do, and so they think the worst, and that was hard.
When I first found out about Laurie, it was they'd come over to visit that Saturday morning, and I said, wow, we owe this pleasure. They live across the road from us. And Laurie says, I gotta go potty first. So then they came back out and she told me, and that was just a bombshell. Then, what was it, Kim, a week and a half later? They did the ultrasound and then took me back in the room, and then they said, well, we kind of saw something suspicious on your pancreas. I can't even remember what it is. And so we want to do a CT scan. So they took me back and then said, yeah, that there was definitely something suspicious there. was a shock, and I still don't. I try not to think of it. So I really think I don't even have it. I don't even like to think about having it, because I'm 73. They want to do surgery, and my mind's not even made up yet if I want to have it done.